Ever felt judged for your faith, criticized for doing the right thing? Episode 2 of Jesus in Real Life is for every believer who's been misunderstood, mocked, or dismissed for following Jesus. We're looking at how Jesus handled his critics, and how we can do the same without losing our peace, our truth, or our witness. In John chapter 8, the religious leaders drag a woman caught in adultery before Jesus. It's not about justice, it's a trap. They want to use her shame to discredit him. But Jesus kneels down. He doesn't argue. He doesn't react. He writes in the dirt, and then he says, "Let the one without sin cast the first stone." That moment silenced his enemies, not with rage, but with wisdom. Jesus faced constant criticism, and he modeled 3 key things: restraint, truth, and redirection. Let's break this down. If you've been criticized, judged, or mocked for your faith, you're not alone. Jesus was too, and he handled it with unmatched grace. It's tempting to clap back, to defend yourself, to prove your point. But Jesus shows us that sometimes silence is stronger than shouting. Sometimes wisdom is louder than words. What you can do today. So first, ask God to help you respond, not just react. Let truth, not emotion, guide your words even when it's tough. And be more concerned with pleasing God than with just winning arguments. Jesus didn't take the bait. Back in Matthew chapter 22 verse 15, the Pharisees tried to trap Jesus with a political question, but he didn't flinch. Instead, he responded with real clarity. Give to Caesar what is Caesar's and to God what is God's. Jesus knew when to speak and when to step back. Jesus knew his identity. In John chapter 5 verse 30 he says, "I seek not to please myself but him who sent me." That's the key. When you know who you're living for, criticism doesn't derail you, it refines you. Jesus put people over proving a point. Instead of crushing his critics, he uplifted the broken. The woman caught in adultery walked away healed, while his enemies walked away humbled. Jesus never let the pressure from critics override his compassion for people. If you're facing criticism right now, whether it's online, at work, or even from your own family, just remember this: you don't have to prove your worth. Jesus already did that on the cross. Let's be people who lead with grace, who choose peace over pettiness, and who remember that every critic is just a person who needs Jesus too. Question of the day. When was a time you were misunderstood or judged for your faith? How did you respond, and how would you respond now, knowing what Jesus modeled? Go ahead and share your story in the comments. Someone out there really needs your testimony. Let's pray together. Jesus, thank you for showing us how to respond with grace when we're criticized. Help me not to react in anger or fear, but to rest in your truth. Remind me that I'm not here to win arguments. I'm here to reflect you. Give me wisdom to know when to speak and when to be silent. And when I face judgment, help me show love. In your name, Amen.